So going back to this Harlem thing really quick. Do you feel more creative in Harlem or in Brooklyn?
That's a good question.
That's tough.
Because I was just thinking about it. And I was like, one thing about Brooklyn that I really loved, that it was so many different kinds of people.
Right.
Like you have black, Spanish, white, Chinese. Like but they all have this. Like one thing I really noticed is like they all have this very creative like type of mindset, personality.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I was gonna add on to what he just said after he said that,
and just to say, I don't mean to control, and just say like that I don't ever see in Harlem. Or not. Let me time that. That I don't see a lot in Harlem. You know what I mean? Like Harlem
if we're talking abundance wise, then Brooklyn got it as far as like the creativity, like the cultivation of just like their own identity. So adding on to what his question is like, what do you feel inspires you more out of one in Harlem and two in Brooklyn?
Yeah. So like, there's no way I could possibly land on one because it's like apples and oranges. It's like I get different vibes. Like if I'm in Harlem, I get a way different vibe from like when I'm in Brooklyn, or like you see how this is like almost like a melting pot. So like down the block could be like full of hipsters or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's different vibes. Like you know, maybe I'll do more like experimental music out here because I'm just seeing all these different things. And it's just like this is what came out of that. But for Harlem, that's the roots. Like that's where, you know, I started doing music. So it's like there's always like a certain level. I haven't made music in Harlem in a minute, but like one day, like I would like to get like a big ass studio.
Yeah.
Whether it's a Airbnb brownstone or something like that, and just tap back into that. You know.
You see yourself making more like. Do you lean towards more like okay? Cause I know you don't make a lot of like hood beats, right? And by hood beats I mean like boom bap beats, gangster rap beats, or like you're more like the melodic kind of sounding beats, right?
Nah, I mean like so those kind of beats is what got me to the point where I'm at. But like now I just wanted to experiment. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like going back to like the whole Harlem thing and how it's not the same. It's like, you know, after a while you want to see something different. You want to hear something different, feel something different. So yeah, like I'm not opposed to making those beats, but it's just where I'm at in life right now.
I got you. So when you're in Harlem, those beats come out more than you would here.
Yeah, like
that makes sense.
If I do a recording trip out in like the Poconos or something in a cabin,
you'll catch
I would make like acoustic stuff and like stuff that sounds and feels warm, you know, and like fireplace music. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a good point. Yeah, definitely. I never even thought it was like. I thought like even like when people who produce, I thought it was more so whatever comes to your mind. But I didn't think the environment had that much of an influence on that.
Yeah, it's everything, bro.
So you go based on vibes.
Yeah, I'm only vibes. You know what I'm saying? And like that shit, like even at my crib, like I moved this setup so many different times to catch a different vibe.
Okay.
Like I was just telling my son Mike, I'm about to move it upstairs because I get more natural lighting, you know, and that can
make you feel like
whole other shit.
That's like
that's
because I was going. Good.
Nah, I'm just thinking because I'm just like, yo, that's a crazy point because it's like. Understanding, obviously, I'm not a scientist. Don't call me on none of this shit. This is niggaology right here. But like, understanding, like, you know, because they say sun rays can help you feel better in terms of sending dopamine to your body and
absolutely
make just putting your chemically energies back up, right? Whatever that fuck it is, I don't know what it's called. But it gives you that shit. But what you're saying is like the fact that we kind of I want to like do the interview more on them, but this is I think this is better how we fit. This is better. It's natural. I'd rather do it like this. But the fact that you're saying that just even moving upstairs with more sunlight hits to get a different vibe, that shit is kind of it's very interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it runs deep, man. Like the greats. When you think about the greats, like they take recording trips in like Hawaii or something like that.
Yep, because
and like part of that is to get away from people, but they end up having a lot of people there anyways. So now it's really just about the environment and the vibe, and you just trying to catch a different vibe. Like, I would love to set up a studio, like, on a beach and see what that's like. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what Diddy did. I think after Biggie died, he had took, I can't remember what their name is. But it's a group of them. It's his whole group. After Diddy died, he took them out to, again, niggaology right here. Don't quote me on none of this shit. He took them out to Jamaica, I think, somewhere. And they just sat there for 2 weeks, like, cooking. Mm-hmm. I think they ended up making, I think that's how they made Victory. It was, crazy record. Like, it was Victory. I think one of the beats Eve has. It was just a bunch of them at that time. But yeah, you saying that, like, that's crazy. That's a very, like,
so
I didn't realize how much goes into that side of producing.
Yes. So basically, you making your beats, right? Mm-hmm. And you producing strictly off of your vibes. What does vibes entail, like, completely? Because you spoke about, like, the environment. Mm-hmm. Both physically, like, what about, like, the emotional side? Like, how does your, like, emotions and how do you personally reflect onto your music?
Yeah, I mean, what I try to do, like pause, I try to feel everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, the good, the bad, the anxious feeling, you know, the feeling of, like, overthinking. I like to feel all of that.
You transition all those into your beats.
Yeah, I have to, because it's like, where else am I pulling this from? Like, just pulling this out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? Or am I trying to copy something? You know, that's the most authentic, is when I'm, like, honest about how I feel, and that can translate like without words. Like, that can be just beats. Like, it was not too long ago, I was sitting here playing with, like, the singing bowls and making meditation music. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like, you don't be humming in your bowls and shit, right? Like, you're like, you
nah.
Nah, cause your beats give me a Kanye feel, and I feel like that's Kanye.
Yo, listen, man. Like, if you're trying to get that sound, by any means.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Any means. I've seen the craziest shit. Like, I've seen people, they take a brush and, like, rub it against a wall just to get a sound to record and, like, put in the beat. You know what I'm saying?
That's a new one for me.
Yeah,
that's different. I ain't gonna lie, that's different.